Hey Brickmaniacs, welcome back to another Friday SitRep. We got a lot to get to this week, including 2 new minifigures, new pre-order, new release. So let's head into the design room, take a look at what everyone was up to this week. All right, Brickmaniacs, it may not even be the end of 2020 yet, but we have some huge 2021 news, and you're looking at it right there.
Yep, that's the Huey. We worked with Bell to obtain a license for it. It's been a long time coming.
Yes.
Had some other Bell licenses, but this one was slower in development, but we have it now. So totally redid the UH-1. This is UH-1D, Vietnam era. Has the features that you'd expect. Some different things that I did on this one is actually have opening doors for the pilots. So this door opens and the sliding door, although the gun right now is...
Oh, but the door does still slide. Wow.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, I mean, this is a beast of a model. It's the older versions we did were all meant to be like kind of budget price. This one's like, oh, let's just do it for all the cool features. This one's been disassembled and reassembled just to test to make sure it's all been here.
Yeah, well, and the Huey's been gone for so long. Why not bring it back in its absolute most elite style? So this is going to be a pretty
no budget cuts on this.
Right, a pretty incredible model rolling out for Brickmania's Vietnam theme in January 2021. We'll probably have a pre-order out before that, but this is going to lead off the month, and I think that Brickmaniacs are pretty dang excited about that.
Yeah, this will be a long time coming. It's awesome. You could fit like 8 guys in it. It's I think even more if you really squish them in there. But it'll come with a crew of 4, so you have all 4 guys. So the door guns, all the cool brick arm stuff on there. That's going to be basic with the kit. It'll have a lot of printed parts. There will not be any stickers that if you wanted to do, maybe we'll do a sticker pack at some point if you want to do different units, but this will just be everything that you need to make a Huey be in one box, so kind of a deluxe model compared to what we've done in the past.
Well, there you go, Brickmaniacs. You heard it here first, a little sneak peek at January 2021. Dan, thanks for checking in.
All right.
All right, so as the snow continues to fall outside, we find Landon here at his desk working on a very unique figure. Have you done anything? I mean, you've done paratroopers, I know, obviously, but anything even close to something like this before?
Not quite. There's some similar parachute harness artwork, but even then, it's kind of a total reworking. So this is a smoke jumper for Dan's upcoming, it's a standalone, actually, from his Sherpa kit, but it's designed to go with that kit.
Correct. You can either get them added onto your Sherpa with the pre-order or wait till the official launch date and pick up your smoke jumpers separately. But there we go. We get a little look behind the scenes of some of the artwork, some of the source imagery, and then obviously what's going to go onto the actual figure. So what are we looking at here, Lando?
So yeah, these are the smoke jumpers, and just a lot of source imagery here that I'm basing these minifigures off of. Interesting uniform or interesting gear that they're wearing. It's they're designed to take a beating because when they're jumping out of the airplane, parachuting down into the forest, there's a good chance that they could make contact with some trees. Obviously, I think they try to land, drop into clearings, but that doesn't always happen. So these uniforms, they're slightly, I think they're fire resistant, and then they're like Kevlar reinforced, very highly abrasion resistant. And then the elbows, the shoulders, the knees, they're decked out with padding, and the butt too. There's just padding everywhere on this guy.
Yeah, sure. You got to be able to land and take some lumps and then hike when you're done.
Right. So they also have some interesting smoke jumper boots. It seems that they're kind of specific, really heavy duty, pretty intense heels on these boots, and just looked like some heavy duty leather. Kind of some interesting front little. More leather detail, maybe to keep the fire charcoal little embers out. I'm not exactly positive on that, but just on my minifigure, trying to simulate a little bit of that.
Oh,
jagged.
Sure, yeah, look at that. That's
just
pretty cool.
It's not highly super complex artwork there, but just a little detail. The harness was a lot of. It was a challenge. It was a lot of fun to put together, but trying to track where all the different straps go, and I didn't quite get everything, but I'd like to think I got a good chunk of them.
A representation, correct?
Sure.
Yes.
So it's a little bit of a spider web going on there. But side of the legs, there's a big pouch for. I think that's their drop rope. If they get stuck in a tree, they'd keep a rope in there so they can let themselves down. And on the front, you have the reserve parachute. We have a special 3D printed backpack parachute coming up with this figure as well. So stay tuned for all that.
Awesome. Very, very exciting. An incredibly unique figure, but it also looks like you're going to knock it out of the park. Once again, thank you very much, Landon. All right, Brickmaniacs, and the last stop we have here for this SitRep check-in is with the Randoverse, and that's because we wanted to show off some of this red tiger camo that we've put on these newly created perfect calibers, along with some of the 3D printed elements that we are had been testing for Friday's figure release that have now been looped into the Randoverse to make some pretty cool figures. So there you go. There's a little bit of an update on exactly how the Horde is coming along for Black Friday. So let's give this some camera time, shall we?
Yeah.
Because what an awesome creation.
It's cool seeing the actual one in person as
Yeah,
well.
right. That was quite the experience. Getting able to walk through that at EAA. We miss our shows, especially ones as awesome and involved as that.
And so there's still quite a bit. Again, there's quite a bit of printing still left for this thing. So it's going to be even another little upgrade to all of this. So.
Indeed. And remember, the crew that it comes with are not smoke jumpers. It comes with the actual crew that fly out of Missoula. But the smoke jumpers are the add-on, as you saw kind of in Landon's check-in there, some of that artwork. That's going to be a cool figure that not only are we going to have mostly available as an add-on to this pre-order, but we'll have some standalone ones too when they come out.
We're giving the purchasers of the kit the first crack at it, but there should be some left over for the general populace to pursue.
I love this nose design.
Yeah,
It is kind of just a big flying rectangle. One of the things I thought was interesting that Dan captured really, really well is it's not straight across the top. There's this bubble that I thought, if I'm building this, it's just going to be a rectangle because how the heck am I fitting that bubble in there? But he did a good job of kind of getting that bubble to come up. And then the crazy reality of the wing to body size ratio.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this top down. Look how thin those wings are. That's not a Lego representation. That's how the aircraft actually looks. I mean, it's got kind of a big box frame, some thin wings on it.
Yeah.
So really cool. I think this is probably one of the more unique models I've ever seen Brickmania put out, just because even the SU-27, that was something that, like, man, a baby blue jet, never saw that coming. But I really wouldn't have seen a Forest Service paratrooper plane coming. So that's really, really cool.
No,
I even like the colors.
It was kind of just a cool gesture of Dan to work with the National Forest Service and just kind of get this thing produced. So yeah, it's a cool project that maybe Brickmania doesn't always get to do, but it's fun when it does get through.
Well, and I think it was created from the idea of wanting to do it for these Forest Service guys after walking through that plane, etc. So I do not think it is going to be a mainstay model. It's not something that will be restocked regularly. Maybe next year this time, something like that. Maybe not. I don't know. It'll definitely be something that is kind of a one-time thing, and then we'll see where we go from there. So if you want it, get it. If not, admire it here on the SitRep because it definitely is worthy of taking a closer look at. Also, new this week is the Mark V. The ever-popular requested Mark V as Great War Bricks continues to roll on. So this was updated by Mary Wilson. No add-on packs, no nothing this time. You just get it all at once. So we'll have her designer studio probably up this weekend, I would hope. She made some structural improvements to it, which I appreciate because now it is a much more playable model. Still get the functionality of those hatches, etc., and the moving guns. So we didn't include a minifig. There's no minifig with this one.
No minifig.
So we won't see Landon on Saturday. But, spoiler alert, not only do we have the World War I British Infantry version 2 out today, we also are going to have the World War I British tanker back on Monday. So,
there we go.
Pick up your Mark V, load it up with your tankers, maybe some infantry guys to ride along. There you go.
Yeah.
You're ready for your Great War mock right there. With the ever classic Mark Vs. I think we still have some St. Charmants online as well. So if you're looking to upgrade your World War I collection, you still have time to do that throughout the month of November. And if you want to just build them your own or order your own bricks, etc., remember both of those Great War Volume 1 and 2 books are still $15 off for the remainder of this month. So other than the British Infantry, World War I British Infantry version 2 that I saw over there, we also have a medieval gauntlet man that Landon decided to...
That's exactly what the title is.
Yes, medieval gauntlet man with some protective wear and some sort of gardening utensil. What's he got?
That's exactly what... I mean, no, you
I
got
killed it?
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
we can move
I know.
on to the next section. No, this is some cool history. World War I Italian Arditi, the daring ones.
Yes.
Their motto is Olivatorio. Oh, man, let me see. I wrote it on his neck, so I didn't... Like, it's my cheat sheet here. So it's...
and it's on his Instagram post.
Olivatoria O tutti occupati. I probably butchered that. but it's either victory or we all die. Which
Oh,
it's kind
that's
of
a little dramatic, but okay.
some pretty high stakes. But that kind of makes sense when. So these guys are like kind of maybe similar to like the German stormtroopers. Is these guys are like the first in? They're trying to break that World War I, the trench lines, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to break in, throw a bunch of grenades, cause tons of chaos, so that the army can kind of storm in and exploit those breaks in the trench line. From accounts, they might have been one of the more feared kind of special forces of the era. Maybe if not all time, they were very feared. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So kind of unconventional loadout here. Obviously, this is it's an Italian helmet of the day. Sometimes you'd see them wearing it backwards. We actually made that helmet so you can actually position it either direction. So kind of an unwieldy, uncomfortable helmet from accounts, but I guess they were using what they could. And then this I don't know, breastplate thing that I don't know if that was made in the field or I don't know where that thing came from, but you'll see a few different source images of this crazy armor.
So what are we working with here? I mean, obviously he's got an apparatus that looks like it's supposed to be.
So-
Is he cutting barbed wire? Or is
Yeah,
he cutting...
I'm thinking he's crawling forward, sneaking around, and then this long pole contraption there can it's sort of like the tree trimming devices almost, like you reach up really high and you
saw?
can like
Or elongated wire
cuts
cutter?
it as you're pulling. So that's a really wonderful 3D printed recreation of that. From what I can tell, from what they're telling me, they recreated this thing as accurately as they possibly could. If this were to be scaled up and not made of plastic, camera guy assures me that this thing would work. But being plastic, it's all fused together, so it doesn't work in this form. But it is actually like correct
That's pretty cool,
in
right?
how it's made. So they reverse engineered some really grainy photographs, and they figured out how that thing works, I guess. So
Leave it to the 3D print department to go
It's,
above and beyond and over the top. Just saying.
So yeah, they'd sneak forward, cut the barbed wire, create openings, throw a bunch of grenades. They were, from what some things I was reading, they were like recruited from they were like gymnasts and acrobats, and they were trained in like crazy knife fighting skills. So they have these really nice daggers and stuff, which is represented on the side of the minifigure as well.
Do we want to take that plate armor off at all and take a look at some? I don't know what artwork you have going on.
It's a pretty
underneath
standard
there. Yeah.
Italian loadout. I mean, a bit more sparse probably, but
Sure.
You have the ammo pouches in kind of that nice World War I off green color, which is sort of unique to the Italian stuff. It appears, but a pretty simple uniform. Other than with the addition of the armor, it kind of takes it to the next level. And then he's wearing this like protective, I don't know if it's like some sort of balaclava of some sort.
Yeah, like a heavy
Really
wool.
heavy duty wool, maybe leather.
Try to stop a little bit of shrapnel or something
Yeah.
that's flying in the eyes. Yeah.
And then this helmet can work in both directions.
Well, okay, Brickmaniacs, if we're not excited for Great War Month beforehand, I mean, look at what this guy and everyone else is bringing
Yeah.
you for this. We already started off with the Devil Dogs, and now we've got something wildly unique.
Yeah, I
and,
mean,
and
it's
super, I mean, I don't want to say rare, but just like strange.
It's
out of
totally
the ordinary.
strange.
Yeah.
I didn't know much about this other than a few source images, and then when I actually got into digging into the information, it's cool stuff. There's
Yeah.
some pretty intense history, obviously.
And a really cool recreation of a figure with some fun 3D printed elements, like he was saying. Also, whenever 3D printed elements need to be created from scratch, the randos win. So be on the lookout for some, what did I call it?
I don't know what you call it.
Medieval, whatever. I thought it looked like a knight or some sort of whatever. So
Yes.
the randos definitely take that on a little
Yeah,
bit more.
we have a few of the prototypes of this armor here strewn about the Randoverse. So
With their Red Tiger AKs. I don't think those guys, unfortunately, had Red Tiger AKs. They would have been absolutely devastating back in the...
how do you get a headshot with? I don't even want to know.
Okay, so that covers all of our new releases this week. Remember, Mystery Crate number 3, Commander's live right now. Every Mystery Crate from 2 to the end of it includes exclusive builds and minifigures, so we quell all the disgruntledness from the first one. We're moving on. Just understand that that's going to be some epic builds, and they will not be back anytime soon, and when they do come back, they'll probably be different. So make sure you pick them up and enjoy them, because they're really, really cool, especially that last one. Like I've been saying, cannot wait for the social media pictures. Rando's Horde is coming on Black Friday, so make sure to prepare yourself for the inevitability of that. Use those hashtag Great War Bricks and BKM Mysteries. And then finally, our mock contest came to a close on Wednesday.
Wow.
Yes, the Cold War, the fall of the Berlin Wall, etc., just kind of things surrounding that. In the process of choosing a winner right now, we hit, I think, like 135 or something like that submissions. So not as many as the D-Day 1945 one, which is understandable because it's Cold War, but still pretty epic. So now I think we're going to switch gears a little bit. We're going through Homefront bricks right now, but coming up in January, we're going to have a really awesome Vietnam lineup. So I think that is going to be the next theme. Yep, we're going to do a Vietnam mock contest. We're going to leave it pretty open to be able to include just about anything from that time period. We've released dress uniforms, we've released grunts, we've released instruction books, we have actual kits, swift boats, etc., all that fun stuff, Navy SEALs. All of that stuff we want to keep fair game, plus the stuff that we have coming out for you in January. So that, we'll say, unofficially starts right now. Go ahead and get building, and then we'll look for more products to come out in January, and then we'll announce the closing down of that, which will be probably sometime in spring of 2021.
Sure.
So
Vietnam, it's going to be sweet. I've seen some of the coolest dioramas and mocks, in my humble opinion. I think I've seen are from that Vietnam era. There's just such a crazy variety of stuff to choose. So
well, and I think way back when we were first starting to do this together, you were talking about bringing back the mock contests and doing a Vietnam one, but we didn't really have. We had the M113, and that was like it for Vietnam kits.
Sure.
So how do you do a Vietnam mock contest when it's like pretty much like, all right, buy the book and build everything in it because we don't have any kits available? Finally now, in 2021, with the release of the Huey contract, all that stuff, we have a big flood coming back, in January. So Vietnam month's going to be epic. Obviously, we'll give you a couple of months to be able to build, etc. after that too. But we'll have more details on that. And then finally, the winner, remember, of this most recent mock contest, we'll have some honorable mentions that we'll send some fun stuff out to. We're not going to do like announcements for everyone on the actual SitRep.
Yeah. So how many submissions were from that last contest? What did you say?
I think it was 135 for the Cold War, and then we cracked like 170 for 155.
That's really good odds. Just make something, and you have very good odds of maybe getting to be the finalist. So get building. It's these are smaller contests. There's not a huge group of people doing them. So.
Dan has already green-lighted us to have the prize from this most recent mock contest be something out of the Vietnam lineup to encourage said winner to continue to build. I don't know what it's going to be yet though, because those lineups are still fairly up in the air right now. But we've seen that Kiowa. That's a pretty good candidate, I think.
Yeah.
That could be cool. Kind of depends on what it actually winds up in kit form, but we'll see. So stay tuned on that, and then obviously we'll announce the winner and all that kind of fun stuff. Watch your emails, please. I don't want to email the winner and then wait 48 hours and then have to send that nasty follow-up email where it's like, hey, he didn't get back to me. So moving on to the next one.
Ooh, that wouldn't be a good email.
It's a bummer of an email. Other than that, that's all I got.
Cool, man.
Very, very cool. Sherpa, Mark V.
Why did you say it like that? Sherpa.
It's a Sherpa.
That's all.
We'll see you on Monday.